Hey guys, it's Gaijin Hunter. The Yama Tsukami is an endgame monster that appears in Monster Hunter DOS, Freedom Unite, and since then only Monster Hunter Frontier. The Yama Tsukami is an octopus-like monster that is absolutely covered with moss. It's one of the oldest monsters out there in the Monster Hunter universe, and it really can't be classified, which is why it sort of falls into the Elder Dragon category by pure default. It floats in the air almost magically, which is why it's nicknamed the Floating Mountain by the Hunters Guild in Japanese. In the English version, they nickname it the Floating Disaster. You fight the Yama Tsukami in a special map called the Tower. Now, if you've played Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate or 4 Ultimate, you'll recognize the Tower Summit as the special place where you fight the rare species monsters. In Monster Hunter DOS, you actually had to chase Yama Tsukami all the way through the map until it reached the end for the epic conclusion. But in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, they streamlined it and made it so it only was a battle at the top. When it eats, it sucks up its food into its massive belly, and the gas from the decaying remains is said to produce the gas needed to make it float. The name Yama Tsukami likely comes from the Japanese word Yamatsu, meaning God of the Mountain. Yama means mountain, and Tsu is often attached to god names in Japanese mythology, very much like the Tsu in Amatsu, Magatsuchi's name. Kami just means God in Japanese. A lot of hunters also notice that its name has a double meaning in Japanese. Yama means mountain and tsukami is a verb that means to grab onto. That being said, the developer often doesn't use names that are that straightforward or obvious, so my previous explanation is regarded by many Japanese hunters to be the most probable. During the hunt, it's positioned in the center of the arena and it makes it super hard to hit, even with a lance. Gunner is definitely the best way to go if you ask me. Now during the hunt, it will do massive slam attacks with its tentacles, which do a heck of a lot of damage. It even has this wild, almost washing machine-like spin attack, which, if you don't know, you can actually crouch to avoid getting hit by. And of course, infamously, the Yama Tsukami has a single breath attack that will kill you in one hit unless you go into this hunt with the armor skill called Guts. From time to time, it will open its mouth and release great thunderbugs, which will zap you and just generally get in the way. Apparently, the gaseous interior of the Yama Tsukami is the perfect place for a thunderbug to fly inside and grow to huge proportions. After you've hit it enough and it's taken enough damage, the Yama Tsukami will fall down to the area below you, and from there you can jump on it and carve some materials, or just whack at it and try to whittle down its health. After a few rounds of this type of repeat, the creature will die. The theme song for the battle is special and is called The Mountain in the Sky. And the monk-like tone is pretty cool if you ask me. Let's take a listen. The unique form, its terrifying human-like teeth, and the fact that the battle was so different from all the rest really made Yama Tsukami stand out. It's remained popular and players have been wanting it to return to the main series for quite some time. If you're playing Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, you can actually make its armor and some of its weapons using the traded materials. Its weapons have paralysis and the armor has a very unique design. The Grand Yaksha and the Grand Carnage sets feature Divine Blessing, Guts, Blight Resistance, and Mind's Eye if you're a Blade Master, or Load Up if you're a gunner. The idea really here with the skills is that it's really a mountain-like creature that never dies, so the armor has skills that would keep you alive for a very long time. The dual blades and the hunting horn in particular are very worth making. Now we're not sure at all if Yama Tsukami will appear in Monster Hunter Cross or not, but with the addition of the aerial style, battle could prove pretty hard to implement unless they make some major changes, so I actually don't think it's going to be that probable, but I really would love to see it. Either way, we'll never forget how cool the fight against Yama Tsukami was. And in the meantime, I hope this video at least gives you some more exposure to these monsters, and gives you kind of a face to go with the dragon wood that you got in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Until next time, happy hunting.